So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and the newest MPV in our market is finally here. What I have here is the 2023 Nissan Livina VL variant. This is the top of the line variant of the Livina range here in the Philippines, and I've been actually waiting for this Livina for the longest time, ever since the 2018-2019 Mitsubishi Xpander came out. I've been waiting this for almost 4 to 5 years. It finally came though. One catch though, is it a little bit too late now? I had my high hopes on this. The thing is, this one is based on the pre-facelift Xpander. We will get more to that in a bit. So, being the second generation of the Nissan Livina, the previous one was based on its own. This one is, of course, you guessed it, based on the Mitsubishi Xpander. But there are more changes to this, like the exterior here. Ground clearance is as well the same as the pre-facelift Xpander. It is 200 millimeters, and then like the Xpander, you have the main headlight here, but this is what's different with this Livina, the LED DRL. To be honest, I dig this look more than the Xpander itself, and you can see it overlaps the body ever so slightly, so nice cute there. So again, being rebadged and restyled, this is also manufactured with the Mitsubishi Xpander itself. So I hope Nissan updates now the Livina for the facelifted one. So I've driven the facelifted Mitsubishi Xpander recently, and I loved it. So how will this fare up now, since this is based on the pre-facelift Xpander? But I've seen a lot of reviews with this Livina already. It's not just a rebadged Xpander. There are little subtle changes to the drive, but we will get to that. On the side profile, you don't have the low-slung station wagon proportions of the previous generation. So Nissan has designed several parts with this Nissan Livina. So as I said earlier, you have the V-motion grille here, the underchin, the LED DRLs, the front fenders, the doors, the rear bumper, the rear tailgate, metal sheet casing. I opened it, it is kinda heavier, and the taillight internals. So here now at the rear of the all-new Nissan Livina, almost said Xpander there. As well, this Livina is a byproduct of the Renault-Nissan Mitsubishi Alliance. Renault, where are you? You'll be more than welcomed here in the Philippines. Please come here already. Just a little bit redesigned here, but this one is exactly the same as the pre-facelift Xpander. 2 skid plates over here. Sadly not present with this Livina, unlike the pre-facelift Xpander, is the third Formula 1 style brake light down here below. I won't even put that because, as you can see, the body's already here. And open it up, like I said earlier, new sheet casing with this tailgate. It feels heavier, so that's a good start already. So exactly the same here with the Mitsubishi Xpander. Total space with all of the seats up is 150 liters. Underneath, you have extra storage. Like the new Xpander, you can hide cactus things here if you want. And on either side, you have cubby spaces. And then folding down the seats, like all Xpanders, even the new one, is very easy. Just pull these guys down. Easy as that, they fold flat. So you have around more or less 750 liters. And when you fold all of the seats down, you have a total of 1,632 liters. So that's about it with the exterior of the all-new Nissan Livina. I'll show you the interior. So here now in the interior of the all-new Nissan Livina. Sounds the same as the pre-facelift one, but I don't know why. This sounds just better than the new Mitsubishi Xpander. I mean, the quality of the doors are good, but it sounds just a bit better for some reason. So here in the interior, yeah, it's exactly the same with the Xpander, but albeit here in the steering wheel, you have a Nissan badge now. And then here in the door, yeah, plastic here, there. Although I don't remember only, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a wooden and silver plastic trim here-ish. Looks nice though, but everything else is plastic. And as well, you have 2 cup holders and cubby spaces on each side of the door. My water jug, it's in both of them. And then on the left side, you have your air conditioning vent, your info button, and adjustments for the side mirror, 1 blank button, and an electronic stability control button. I'll know if this ESC button does something, because I remembered in the new Xpander, I kept pressing that, it does not indicate whether it's on or off. You have a multi-information display in the middle, and exactly the same speedometer and tachometer with the Xpander. And then top of the dashboard, there's this plastic with the fake stitching here, and as well the wooden trim here on the passenger side. You have a 7-inch infotainment system, no Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto. That's just a little bit of a bummer for me, but I have experience with the Xpander Cross I found it alright since you have the screen mirror link anyways. Now, this is what's interesting. The base variants of this Livina, the EL and the E manual, the EL automatic only has a 2-din setup. However, the absolute base model, the E manual, has a 7-inch infotainment system. You know what? I like that variant because I've been looking for that with the pre-facelift Xpander, because the pre-facelift Xpander's manual variant only has a 2-din setup as well. So this one has a infotainment system at least with the base model. So Nissan with the EL variant, we're like with the infotainment system. Nope. The steering wheel on the right side, it's blank. On the left side, you have your volume and connectivity buttons. And then you have a lot of gloss black here below the steering wheel. Well, it consumes half of the steering wheel. And then, let's check if it's telescopic still. Yep, telescopic. And below your infotainment system, you have air conditioning vents and as well your air conditioning controls just below. And then further down below the air conditioning controls, you have one cubby space there, one USB port, one 12-volt socket, and a cover for an extra cubby space. No idea what you can fit in there, but if you put back the cover, my phone fits there, at least. And then gear lever, exactly the same as the pre-facelift Xpander. There's also the overdrive function. And unlike the new Xpander, this still has a manual hand brake. 2 cup holders here. Perfect fit. And then going back here in the passenger side, still like the new Xpander, there's extra cubby spaces on the dashboard, fits my phone. And then glove box. Pretty much the same as the pre-facelift Xpander. And then center console box, just move this. And then center console box, storage tray in there. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. Well, there is a 12-volt socket in the console box. And then above here, you have your lights, sun visor, ticket clip holder only. Don't extend sadly. The mirror here is on the passenger side. New to this Livina, and that is not present at all with the pre-facelift and the facelifted Xpander, are these leather seats. They're not zero gravity seats, but they're so comfortable. To be honest, I'd rather sit here than the facelifted Xpander because these leather seats are sweet. Not much boasting, but look how soft that is. I'll enjoy the ride of this. Maybe that's a placebo effect because when I seen some of the reviews who drove this already, they find the ride just a little bit softer than the pre-facelift. Maybe it has something to do with the seats. Stay tuned for that. So that's about it here with the all-new Nissan Livina. I'll show you the second row. And like all Xpanders, there's an extra 2 kg storage underneath the front passenger seat. So this is the second row of the Nissan Livina. Sounds about alright as well. So door cards, exactly the same plastic here and there with the wooden and silver trim here on the door. And like the facelifted Xpander, you have 3 cup holders here on each side of the door. Perfect fit for my water jug. And then space here in the back, feet room, knee room is excellent. I mean, it's exactly the same with the pre-facelift and the facelifted Xpander. Look at the space. And then, unlike the facelifted Xpander, you have leather seats now with this Livina. Oh man, I wish the Xpander had leather seats as well. I mean, you can swap this out if you want. Anyway, no toys here in the middle, unlike the facelifted Xpander, which had a USB-C port and a USB port. But like the pre-facelifted Xpander and the new one as well, you have map pocket behind the right front passenger seat. But here, behind the front driver's seat, you have 3 map pockets with my phone as well. I noticed it's a little bit harder to get in with my phone since this one is leather now. The fabric, it's very easy to put the phone in just like that. So if I sit here in the middle, much better than the fabrics of the pre and facelifted Xpander. And like all Xpanders as well, you have a central armrest here. A very softer friend now because it's leather. But sadly, there is no cup holders here in the middle. But putting your arm here though, much more comfortable. And another party piece of this Livina, like its twin. This has still tumble seats. So getting to the third row will be very easy. Oops, I forgot to fold the seats up. There you go. Getting here, very easy. Now, same layout with the pre and facelifted Xpanders here on the third row. Cubby space over here, fits my phone, cup holder, fits my water jug, and exclusive to the right side only, you have the additional 12-volt socket here. So I just realized this is the only place you can charge your phone if needed. And above here you have your lights and a third seat belt for the second row. So sitting here in the third row, I mean, I'm very happy to sit here in the third row. You can fit 3 to 4 people if you're skinny like me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well, in the second row, you still have the air conditioning vents, but same with the pre-facelift Xpander, it has the plastic air conditioning knob. The new one has the chrome metal one. So that's about it here in the interior. Let's go to the engine. This is fine, let's go. So this is the engine of the all-new 2023 Nissan Livina VL variant. All the variants have a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine that produces 103 horsepower and 141 Newton meters of torque. And this one is mated to a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now with the amount of reviews I've watched about this Livina already, there are subtle changes to the drive. So with that let's go. So driving the 2022 Nissan Livina VL automatic. So I'd like to thank as well Miss Joanna here of Nissan Show Mandaluyong. Yeah, same people where I went, but you're wondering why am I here? So I'm actually here at the Philippine International Motor Show, and I didn't want to wait a week longer at Nissan Show, knowing there's a test drive here, and thank goodness there were Nissan Show representatives here. So first impressions of the Livina, it feels exactly the same as the Xpander. What else is there to say? However, I did notice slightly differences only. Number one, the ride for some reason compared with the old one, disclaimer, I've driven the Xpander Cross only and the new Xpander, I find this ride just a little wee softer. Maybe there was something to do with the suspension tuning, or it could be a placebo effect like I said in the showroom because of the seats. Not even the new Xpander have leather seats here. And the biggest difference I found with this Livina is the transmission. The same overdrive here and there, but I will floor it now. We delayed than the pre-facelift and the new Xpander. I love the driving dynamics of both pre and the facelift Xpanders. They're really peppy. Since the Xpander, I think now is more tuned for the sportier side. Rumble strip, still comfortable. NVH is pretty much the same with the pre-facelift. However, I did notice the side doors. Since these also are made by Nissan themselves, I find this part just a little bit thicker and better insulated than the pre-facelift. Okay, back to my point. Nissan kind of played with their own with this, like the suspension tuning, the transmission tuning, to give it like its own character. Now, let's be honest, I prefer the driving dynamics of the Xpander since I'm a kind of like a sporty driver myself. But if you're not much of a sporty driver, if you're after only comfort, this one takes the cake. I cannot complain with the comfort with this. Like all Nissans, they're all comfortable. And watch this now, I will just floor it. Just a wee delayed only with the transmission, but same thing. It's a 4-speed automatic, quite noisy, but you'll get up to speeds at least. There, see? Just ever so slightly delayed, but still not too bad, I have to say. The overdrive function. Overdrive is of course sport mode. If you turn it off, just slight delay only. I mean, but look at this. Just delay, but it will get going. Speaking of Xpander, hello. Okay, maneuverability, like with the Expanders, exactly the same. You won't have an issue with this whatsoever. To be honest, I am a bit shocked with this new Livina. I was expecting it's the same as the pre-facelift Xpander. There are just wee differences that kind of helps it step up its game to the current competition. I mean, once you get up to speed, you tend not to notice the delay anymore. This costs 1.2 million pesos. Just put the exact price here on the screen. Yeah, it is kind of steep for what it is. The interior here is a bit dated. As I said again, it's based on the pre-facelift here and there. But I commend Nissan for trying, because they don't have an MPV here in the market. Well, until now, at least Nissan are trying to do something.
So there are a few more models coming out of Nissan Philippines. No, can't wait on what they are though. I think there are like 2 left or 1 more left to be released this year. So I was surprised the Livina was brought here to the Philippines. So I'd like to thank Miss Joanna, Nissan Shaw Mandaluyong, Miss Melody, Miss Cha, Nissan Philippines, and Sir Aldo for making this review possible. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews. Bye bye.